Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me here tonight. It's truly an honor to speak on a topic as profound and life-changing as from addiction to awakening, real life transformations. This journey isn't just about overcoming a habit or a vice. It's about rediscovering the essence of who you are, a divine being capable of infinite growth and love. In this speech, I'll delve deeper into the concepts, providing more explanations, weaving in real life stories and examples to illustrate the points, and ensuring that the message resonates on a personal level. By the end, I'll also highlight 5 key keywords with detailed explanations to encapsulate the core ideas. Understanding addiction more than meets the eye. Let's start by expanding our understanding of addiction. Addiction isn't merely a physical dependence on a substance like alcohol, drugs, or even food. It's a multifaceted issue that encompasses emotional, psychological, and spiritual dimensions. At its root, addiction often stems from an inner void, a sense of disconnection from oneself, others, and the universe. This void might originate from childhood traumas, societal pressures, or unfulfilled emotional needs. For instance, many people turn to addictions as a coping mechanism to escape feelings of inadequacy or loneliness. To explain further, consider how the brain plays a role. Neurologically, addictions hijack the reward system, releasing dopamine that creates temporary highs, but over time, it leads to tolerance and deeper lows. Spiritually, as I often teach, addiction is the ego's way of asserting control in a world that feels chaotic. It's a false sense of security that ultimately imprisons the soul. A poignant story here is that of John, a former corporate executive I encountered during one of my seminars. John was addicted to work and alcohol, using both to numb the pain of a failed marriage and the loss of his father. He explained that his addiction started subtly, with late nights at the office followed by drinks to unwind, but soon it consumed him, leading to health issues and isolation. John's story exemplifies how addiction can masquerade as productivity or relaxation, only to reveal its destructive nature later. The crucial turning point, surrender and heightened awareness moving forward. The turning point in any transformation is surrender. But what does surrender really mean? It's not defeat. It's a profound acceptance of your current reality and a willingness to release the reins of control to a higher power. In my teachings, I've emphasized that surrender opens the door to divine guidance, allowing universal energy to flow through you unimpeded. Awareness complements surrender. It's the practice of mindfulness, observing your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors without judgment. This heightened awareness helps identify triggers and patterns that fuel addiction. For example, if stress from work prompts binge eating, awareness allows you to pause and choose a healthier response, like meditation or a walk in nature. Let's look at an example from Lisa's life. Lisa, a mother of 2, battled opioid addiction after a surgery. Her surrender came during a family intervention where she realized her children were suffering. Through therapy and mindfulness practices, she developed awareness of her emotional triggers, feelings of overwhelm from parenting. By journaling daily, Lisa rewired her responses, turning potential relapses into opportunities for growth. Her story shows how surrender and awareness can rebuild family bonds and personal strength. Real life transformations, stories that inspire transformations, are best understood through stories, as they humanize the process and provide relatable blueprints. One powerful example is that of Carlos, a veteran who struggled with PTSD and alcohol addiction. Carlos's awakening began in a support group where he shared his war experiences. Hearing others' similar tales fostered connection, and he started practicing gratitude journaling. Over time, Carlos transformed his pain into purpose by volunteering at veteran centers, helping others navigate their addictions. This ripple effect demonstrates how one person's awakening can heal communities. Another story is Emily's, a young artist addicted to social media and validation. Seeking behaviors, Emily spent hours scrolling, comparing herself to others, which led to anxiety and depression. Her breakthrough came when she unplugged for a month-long retreat. There, she rediscovered her passion for painting, using art as a form of meditation. Emily's example illustrates how behavioral addictions, often overlooked, can be as debilitating as substance ones, and how creative outlets can facilitate awakening. Key principles of awakening, explained in depth now. Let's expand on the principles of awakening with more explanations and examples. 1. Embracing your divinity, the foundation of self-worth. Embracing your divinity means recognizing that you are a manifestation of the infinite source, God, the universe, or pure consciousness. This principle counters the shame often associated with addiction by affirming your inherent worth. Explanation. When you view yourself as divine, decisions align with love rather than fear, reducing the appeal of addictive escapes. For instance, in group therapy sessions I've observed, participants who meditate on affirmations like "I am a divine being" report decreased craving. Take Raj, who was addicted to gambling. By embracing his divinity through daily affirmations, he shifted from seeing himself as a loser to a learner, eventually quitting gambling and starting a financial coaching business. 2. Rewriting your story. The power of narrative change. Our lives are shaped by the stories we tell ourselves. Addiction thrives on negative narratives like "I'm not good enough." Rewriting involves consciously crafting empowering stories. Explanation. This cognitive reframing, supported by psychology, alters neural pathways, making positive behaviors habitual. Example, Sophia, addicted to shopping, believed she needed material things for happiness. Through therapy, she rewrote her story to "I am complete as I am," leading her to minimalist living and financial freedom. Her journey shows how narrative shifts can lead to practical, life-altering changes. 3. Cultivating connection. Building support networks. Isolation fuels addiction. Connection heals it. This principle involves fostering relationships that nurture growth. Explanation. Human beings are wired for connection. Oxytocin, released during positive interactions, counters stress hormones linked to cravings. Story. In a community I've worked with, Tom, addicted to pornography, found healing in a men's support circle. Sharing vulnerabilities built trust, and he learned healthy ways to express emotions. Tom's example highlights how vulnerability in connections can dismantle addictive isolation. 4. Practicing presence. Living in the now presence means fully engaging with the current moment, free from past regrets or future anxieties. Explanation. Mindfulness practices reduce impulsivity by strengthening the prefrontal cortex, the brain's decision-making center. Example, during a workshop, Angela, a smoker, practiced breathwork to stay present during cravings. Instead of lighting up, she focused on her breath, diffusing urges. Over months, this led to quitting smoking and improved mental clarity. 5. Serving others. The alchemy of giving service transforms personal pain into collective healing. Explanation. Helping others activates the brain's reward centers naturally, replacing addictive highs with sustainable fulfillment. Story. After overcoming cocaine addiction, Maria founded a shelter for homeless addicts. Her service not only aided others but reinforced her sobriety, creating a virtuous cycle of awakening. The essential role of forgiveness is liberation from resentment. Explanation. Holding grudges perpetuates emotional pain, fueling addictions. Forgiving releases this energy for healing. Example, Ben forgave his abusive father, which ended his cycle of anger-driven drinking. Through letters and therapy, he found peace, exemplifying forgiveness's transformative power. The spiritual dimension, connecting to the source spiritually, awakening reconnects you to the divine. Explanation. Practices like prayer or yoga align your energy with universal flow, filling the void addictions exploit. Story. In my travels, I met Zoe, who found God through nature walks during heroin recovery. This connection provided strength, leading her to become a spiritual guide. The ripple effect and challenges transformations create ripples. Sarah's sobriety inspired her sister. Michael's nonprofit saved lives. Challenges like relapses are growth opportunities. Explanation. Viewing setbacks as lessons builds resilience. A call to action and conclusion. Commit to awakening. Choose love, connection, service. Thank you for listening. May your journeys be filled with light. Namast. 5 keywords with explanations. Surrender. The act of releasing control to a higher power, allowing divine guidance to facilitate change. It's the pivotal moment where resistance ends and transformation begins, as seen in Lisa's intervention story. Awareness, mindful observation of thoughts and behaviors to identify addiction patterns. This keyword emphasizes self-reflection, crucial for breaking cycles, exemplified by Angela's breathwork during cravings. Divinity, recognition of one's inherent connection to the infinite source, fostering self-worth. It counters shame, as in Raj's affirmations that shifted his self, you from loser to learner. Connection, building supportive relationships to combat isolation. This involves vulnerability and community, as in Tom's support circle that helped him overcome pornography addiction. Service, helping others to channel personal healing outward. It creates purpose and fulfillment, illustrated by Maria's shelter, which reinforced her sobriety while aiding the community.